In this video, UK immigration update, overstaying in the UK, expired visa rules. If you remain in the UK after your visa or Home Office permission has expired, you may be considered an overstayer. Overstaying can result in a blemished immigration record, impacting any future UK immigration applications. The Home Office does not remind individuals of their visa expiry date. If you are unsure if you have overstayed, you should check your biometric residence permit or look for a stamp or sticker in your passport. What is the legal position on overstaying? It is a criminal offence under Section 24 of the Immigration Act 1971 to overstay your visa without reasonable cause. If your visa has expired, you have 30 days to leave the UK voluntarily at your own expense before you face a ban on re-entry. Alternatively, you may seek to rely on the 14-day rule. Changes to the Immigration Act and Law on Overstaying 2022. The new rules would see the punishment for knowingly overstaying in the UK being increased to up to 4 years imprisonment, as opposed to the current 6-month maximum period. What if your visa expires while awaiting a decision on your application? If you are awaiting a decision on an application and your visa has expired, you can remain in the UK, provided the application is valid. You will be required to suspend any activities that your previous visa permitted, such as working, until a decision has been made and a new visa granted. It is a criminal offence to continue to work in the UK after your visa has expired. If your employer is aware that your visa has expired, they are also committing a criminal offence by continuing to allow you to work, and they may also risk Home Office penalty action. What if you are awaiting a decision on a settled status application? If you have applied for pre-settled or settled status before your family permit, residence card or visa expired, you are allowed to remain in the UK provided you have a valid application pending. You will not be considered an overstayer while a decision has yet to be made on your application. If, however, you applied for EU settled status after your permit or visa expired, you would be considered an overstayer from the date of your permit or visa expiry. What if you apply in time, but your application is rejected? Provided you made your application for renewal before your current visa expired, you will have 14 days after receiving the refusal to apply again, if you are permitted to, and in doing so avoid overstaying. In this instance, the good reason rule will not apply, but your new application has to be made within 14 days of the refusal letter. Should you fail to apply within that period, you will then be considered an overstayer. When do you have to leave the UK? Paragraphs A 320 and 327b of the immigration rules state that you have to leave the UK voluntarily within 30 days of your visa expiring in the UK. If you leave the UK voluntarily after the 30-day period, you could be banned from re-entering. The length of ban will depend upon when you leave the UK, whether you left voluntarily or were deported, and whether you have the funds to pay to go back to your country of origin. If you do not leave voluntarily, you risk enforced removal by deportation. Will overstaying affect your ability to re-enter the UK? There are long-term consequences for individuals who overstay their visa period in the UK. If you leave the UK voluntarily after the 30-day period, you risk being banned from re-entering the UK for 1 to 10 years. However, if you have left the UK voluntarily within the first 90 days and at your own expense, you may not receive a re-entry ban. Overstaying your authorized period of leave will be taken into consideration in any future UK immigration applications under general grounds of admissibility. This could have a negative impact on any future applications you make for UK visas. The Home Office may refuse your application on the grounds that you are a high risk of staying on illegally in the UK. If the reasons are seen as deception, deliberately overstayed without good reason, there are significant consequences when trying to re-enter the UK. The onus will be on you to prove you are of good character, especially if you have been previously deported from the UK. For more updates, please subscribe and click the bell icon. Thank you and God bless. Keep safe everyone.